Hello everyone, I'm Shibnath, and you're watching World Travellingz. Today, we're embarking on an extraordinary journey to one of Earth's most extreme inhabited places, Bulankul, Tajikistan. Nestled at 3,740 meters in the Pamir Mountains, this remote village experiences temperatures that plunge to -63 degrees Celsius. Here, 306 people live without electricity or running water, surrounded by lunar landscapes and crystal-clear lakes. This is adventure in its purest form, raw, challenging, and utterly unforgettable. Join me as we explore what it truly takes to reach the roof of the world. High in the Pamir Mountains of eastern Tajikistan, where the landscape resembles the surface of another planet and the air grows thin at altitudes exceeding 3,700 meters, lies a settlement that seems to exist at the very edge of the world. Bulankul, a small village in the Gorno-Badakhshan Autonomous Region, represents one of the most extreme inhabited environments on Earth. This documentary explores what it takes to journey to this remote outpost, where winter temperatures can plummet to -63 degrees Celsius and life follows rhythms dictated by the harsh beauty of the high Pamirs. The village sits beside its namesake lake, surrounded by snow-capped mountains that pierce the brilliant blue sky. Here, approximately 306 people live without consistent electricity or running water, their homes simple structures scattered across a windswept plateau. For travelers seeking authentic adventure and willing to embrace genuine hardship, Bulankul offers something increasingly rare in our connected world: isolation, raw natural beauty, and a glimpse into a way of life unchanged by modern conveniences. Understanding the Pamir Highway context, to reach Bulankul, one must first understand the Pamir Highway, the legendary road that connects Tajikistan with Kyrgyzstan through one of the world's most spectacular mountain ranges. Known as the M41, this highway stretches across the Pamir Mountains, often called the roof of the world, where more than half of Tajikistan sits above 3,000 meters elevation. Bulankul lies approximately 16 kilometers north of the main M41 route, requiring a detour onto rougher roads that climb toward Yashilkul Lake before reaching the village. This location places it within easy reach of those traveling the Pamir Highway, yet far enough off the beaten path to maintain its frontier character. The surrounding region encompasses the Alachur Valley, one of the most remote sections of the entire Pamir route, where settlements are sparse and the sense of isolation profound. Essential documentation and legal requirements. Before any traveler can set foot in Bulankul or anywhere in the Gorno-Badakhshan Autonomous Region, they must navigate Tajikistan's visa requirements and obtain the crucial GBAO permit. This documentation process represents the first major hurdle in planning a Pamir journey. Visa requirements. Many nationalities can enter Tajikistan visa-free for stays up to 30 days, including citizens of most European Union countries, the United States, Canada, Australia, Japan, and South Korea. However, the United Kingdom and Turkey are notable exceptions, requiring e-visas for entry. For those requiring visas, Tajikistan's e-visa system has simplified the process considerably. Applications can be submitted online through the official portal at evisa.tj, with processing typically taking 5 to 7 business days. When applying for an e-visa, travelers should ensure their passport remains valid for at least 6 months beyond their intended departure date from Tajikistan. The standard tourist e-visa permit stays of up to 60 days and costs approximately $89. Applicants must provide a digital passport photo, complete travel details, and pay by credit card. The GBAO permit. The GBAO permit is absolutely mandatory for travel anywhere in the Gorno-Badakhshan Autonomous Region, including Bulankul and the entire eastern portion of the Pamir Highway. This special permit exists because the region borders Afghanistan, China, and Kyrgyzstan, making it a sensitive border zone requiring additional security oversight. The easiest way to obtain a GBAO permit is to apply for it simultaneously with your e-visa. When completing the e-visa application, travelers simply check the box requesting the GBAO permit, which adds approximately $20 to the total cost. The permit will be printed directly on the e-visa approval document, with the same validity period as the visa itself. For travelers entering Tajikistan visa-free, obtaining the GBAO permit becomes slightly more complex. Options include visiting the OVR office in Dushanbe upon arrival, where the permit can be issued within 1 to 2 days for approximately 14 days of validity, or arranging the permit through a travel agency before arrival. The second option proves particularly valuable for those planning to enter the GBAO region directly from Kyrgyzstan via the Kizil-Art Pass, as border officials strictly enforce the permit requirement. Travelers should print multiple copies of their GBAO permit before departing for the Pamirs. At various checkpoints along the Pamir Highway, officials will check the permit and often retain a copy. Having 10 copies on hand ensures smooth passage through all checkpoints without running short. Registration requirements. Tajikistan requires foreign visitors staying longer than 10 working days to register with OVR. However, most Pamir Highway journeys take 7 to 10 days, making registration unnecessary for typical tourists. Hotels, guesthouses, and homestays do not automatically register their guests, so travelers staying longer must visit an OVR office themselves or arrange registration through their tour operator. Best time to visit Bulankul. Timing a visit to Bulankul correctly makes the difference between an extraordinary experience and an impossible journey. The extreme altitude and continental climate create a narrow window when travel remains practical and enjoyable. Summer season, June to September. The summer months represent the prime travel season for Bulankul and the broader Pamir Highway region. During this period, daytime temperatures climb to pleasant levels of 20 to 30 degrees Celsius in the valleys, though nights remain cold even in July and August. At Bulankul's elevation of 3,740 meters, temperatures stay cooler throughout, with warm days in the sun but freezing nights that can bring frost even in midsummer. July and August offer the most stable weather conditions, with predominantly clear skies, minimal precipitation, and the longest daylight hours. These months also see the most travelers on the Pamir Highway, creating opportunities to meet fellow adventurers and ensuring that guesthouses and homestays operate at full capacity with consistent food service. June represents the early shoulder season, when wildflowers bloom across the high valleys and tourist numbers remain relatively low. However, some high passes may still have snow, and weather patterns prove less predictable. Late May occasionally sees organized tours beginning operations, though conditions can be challenging. September brings autumn to the Pamirs, with cooler temperatures but spectacular scenery as the vegetation takes on golden hues. Many travelers prefer September for its reduced crowds and beautiful photography opportunities. However, by late September, the weather becomes increasingly unpredictable, and snow can begin falling in the higher elevations. Weather considerations. Even during the optimal summer months, travelers must prepare for dramatic temperature swings. Morning temperatures at Bulankul frequently hover near freezing, while afternoons can feel comfortably warm in direct sunlight. The intense solar radiation at high altitude means strong sun protection becomes essential, even as travelers bundle up against cold winds. Precipitation remains relatively low throughout the Pamirs during summer, but sudden weather changes can occur. Afternoon thunderstorms occasionally roll through, and snow remains possible even in August. The famous Bulankul cold has been recorded at -63 degrees Celsius during winter, establishing this settlement as one of the coldest inhabited places in Central Asia. Winter travel to Bulankul is essentially impossible for tourists, as the lake freezes solid under a meter of ice, roads become impassable, and temperatures remain brutally cold for months. Spring and autumn. May and October represent the fringe edges of the travel season. Late April and early May see roads gradually opening as snow melts, but high passes may remain blocked, and many homestays have not yet fully reopened for the season. Weather in May can be highly variable, with warm, sunny days alternating with cold snaps and snow. October experiences similar conditions in reverse, as winter approaches. The first significant snowfalls typically arrive in late October, after which the high Pamir region becomes increasingly difficult to access. Tour operators generally cease operations by late October, as road conditions deteriorate and temperatures drop precipitously. Transportation options and routes. Reaching Bulankul requires careful planning and the right transportation, as public transport options remain limited and the roads demand capable vehicles driven by experienced drivers. Hiring a 4x4 vehicle and driver. The most practical and popular option for reaching Bulankul involves hiring a 4x4 vehicle with an experienced driver. This can be arranged through tour companies in Osh, Kyrgyzstan, or Dushanbe, Tajikistan, the two cities that serve as primary gateways to the Pamir Highway. Reputable companies like Visit Ally, Roof of the World Travel, and Osh Guesthouse facilitate vehicle rentals and often help group travelers together to share costs. A typical arrangement involves hiring a comfortable 4x4 vehicle that seats 4 passengers plus the driver for 7 to 8 days along the Pamir Highway, with Bulankul as one of several stops. Total costs for the vehicle and driver typically range from $500 to $700 for the entire journey, split among passengers. The driver serves multiple crucial roles beyond simply operating the vehicle. Local drivers possess intimate knowledge of road conditions, know which sections require extra caution, and can navigate the numerous unmarked turnoffs. They also serve as translators when interacting with homestay hosts and local people, help resolve any issues that arise, and often become friendly guides who share insights about Pamir culture and landscape. Direction of travel. Travelers face an important decision regarding direction of travel. Most experts recommend traveling from Dushanbe to Osh rather than the reverse, primarily due to altitude acclimatization considerations. Starting from Dushanbe allows for gradual altitude gain over several days, giving bodies time to adapt to the thin air before reaching the highest sections. Around Murgab and Bulankul. Traveling from Osh to Dushanbe means gaining significant altitude very quickly after crossing the Kizil Art Pass, potentially causing altitude sickness symptoms. The gradual approach from Dushanbe reduces this risk, though travelers in good health with previous high-altitude experience may find either direction acceptable. Road conditions. The roads leading to Bulankul vary dramatically in quality. The main M41 Pamir Highway ranges from newly paved sections to rough, rutted dirt tracks that shake vehicles and passengers mercilessly. The turnoff to Bulankul from the M41 leads onto a rough, corrugated road that requires careful navigation and a vehicle with good ground clearance and robust suspension. Four-wheel drive is absolutely essential. Standard cars simply cannot handle these roads safely. During the brief summer season, the roads remain passable when dry, but even light rain can create muddy, slippery conditions. River crossings occasionally occur where bridges have washed out, and rockslides sometimes block portions of the route temporarily. Travelers should expect slow progress. What might take 2 hours on a modern highway could easily take 5 or 6 hours on Pamir roads. The rough conditions make long driving days exhausting, even for passengers. Public transport options. Traveling to Bulankul via public transport presents significant challenges and requires patience and flexibility. An informal system of shared taxis operates between major settlements along the Pamir Highway, but vehicles only depart when full, schedules are non-existent, and comfort is minimal. Shared taxis typically cram 7 passengers plus the driver into 4x4 vehicles designed for 5 people. Luggage gets strapped to the roof or squeezed into any available space. Stops are frequent and unannounced, as drivers pick up packages, visit relatives, or wait for mechanical issues to be resolved. Journey times become highly unpredictable. For budget travelers with ample time, public transport remains possible, but it offers little flexibility for stops at scenic viewpoints or detours to places like Bulankul. Most homestays in Bulankul expect guests to arrive with their own transport, as the village lies off the main road. Cycling the Pamir Highway. A dedicated community of cyclists tackles the Pamir Highway each summer, and reaching Bulankul by bicycle is certainly possible for fit, experienced cycle tourists. However, this option demands serious preparation and appropriate equipment. The route involves multiple high passes exceeding 4,000 meters, long distances between settlements with water and food, and challenging road surfaces. Cyclists should carry comprehensive camping equipment, emergency food supplies, substantial water capacity, and tools for mechanical repairs. The thin air at high altitude makes even moderate climbs exhausting. Cyclists visiting Bulankul should note that the village has limited resources. Advance coordination with a homestay ensures food availability, but don't expect well-stocked stores or repair shops. Accommodation in Bulankul. Bulankul offers only the most basic accommodation options, primarily consisting of traditional homestays that provide travelers with authentic experiences of Pamir village life. Homestay experience. The village contains several homestays operated by local families who open their homes to travelers during the summer months. These homestays provide simple but functional accommodation, typically consisting of sleeping spaces on thin mattresses placed on carpeted floors. Traditional Pamir houses feature distinctive architectural elements tied to Ismaili Muslim beliefs, including 5 support pillars representing the Prophet Ali's family members and 4-tiered skylights representing the Zoroastrian elements of fire, air, water, and earth. Rooms are heated by wood-burning stoves, crucial for comfort during cold Pamir nights. Blankets and quilts provide additional warmth, but travelers should bring warm sleeping bags as insurance against the cold. Privacy is limited, with multiple travelers often sharing sleeping quarters, though families maintain separate areas for hosts and guests. The most reliable homestay in Bulankul is reportedly owned by the person in charge of the village meteorological station, identifiable by the large weather monitoring equipment on the roof. Drivers familiar with the village know this location. Other homestays can be identified by hand-painted signs or through recommendations from drivers and other travelers. Bulankul Cuisine, survival food at the roof of the world. In Bulankul, where temperatures plunge to -63 degrees Celsius and the growing season lasts barely 3 months, cuisine is not about culinary artistry, it is about survival. The food here reflects the harsh reality of life at 3,740 meters, where every meal represents a triumph over extreme conditions and limited resources. The foundation of Bulankul's cuisine rests on 4 essential staples: yak products, bread, soups, and preserved foods. Unlike the diverse Tajik cuisine found in lower elevations with its abundant vegetables and spices, Pamir mountain food is stripped to bare essentials, shaped by what can survive the brutal climate and what can be preserved through long, frozen winters. Yak meat and dairy products dominate the local diet. Yaks are the lifeline of Bulankul, providing milk that is transformed into butter, yogurt, and curate, dried salty cheese balls that can be stored for years without spoiling. Yak butter provides crucial calories for surviving the extreme cold, while yak meat, though tough, offers essential protein. During special occasions, villagers prepare yak kebab, grilling chunks of meat over fires fueled by dried yak dung, the only available fuel source in this treeless landscape. The meat is seasoned simply with salt and pepper, allowing its robust flavor to shine through. Bread, or naan, holds sacred status in Bulankul as throughout Tajikistan. Families bake flatbreads in wood-fired ovens when fuel permits, or prepare simpler versions on stovetops. This bread must last, sometimes for days, and is treated with reverence, never thrown away, never placed face down, never wasted. It accompanies every meal and often forms the bulk of the meal itself. Soups represent the heart of Pamir cuisine, with shirbo being the most common. This hearty soup combines chunks of meat, yak, mutton, or goat, with potatoes, carrots, and onions when available, all simmered in fat-enriched broth. The soup provides warmth and nutrition in a single bowl, essential for bodies fighting against constant cold. Noodle soups are equally popular, using homemade pasta to stretch limited meat supplies. Fresh fish from Bulankul Lake offers a rare treat during summer months. The lake, stocked with gibel carp during the Soviet era, provides one of the few sources of fresh protein available locally. Homestays fry whole carp for guests, creating memorable meals that showcase the lake's bounty. The fish, weighing up to 1 kilogram, are simply prepared, cleaned, salted, and fried in oil until golden and crispy. Preservation techniques define Pamiri food culture. Dried apricots, brought from lower valleys, are transformed into nashkuka, a sweet soup believed to prevent colds. Dried mulberries, when available, provide essential nutrition and natural sweetness. Root vegetables like potatoes and carrots can be stored in cold cellars through winter. Grains, wheat, barley, and millet, are carefully hoarded and rationed. Kuratab, Tajikistan's national dish, takes on particular significance in the Pamirs. Dried bread is soaked in liquid made from dissolved kurat balls, then topped with whatever vegetables or herbs can be found. This dish exemplifies Pamiri resourcefulness, transforming preserved ingredients into satisfying meals. Tea culture thrives even in Bulunkul's extreme conditions. Green tea, and occasionally black tea, is brewed strong and served constantly throughout the day. In winter, shirchoy, tea mixed with milk, butter, and salt, provides crucial calories and warmth. This beverage, more soup than tea, helps sustain life when temperatures drop to deadly levels. The cuisine of Bulankul tells a story of human adaptation and resilience. Each dish, however simple, represents generations of knowledge about surviving in one of Earth's harshest inhabited environments. Here, food is not entertainment, it is life itself. One of the highlights of staying in Bulankul homestays is the food. Despite the village's remote location and lack of fresh produce during much of the year, homestay hosts prepare surprisingly delicious meals. Breakfast and dinner are typically included in the accommodation price, with costs ranging from $10 to $15 per person per night for a bed plus 2 meals. Meals center on traditional Pamiri dishes, often including fresh bread baked in wood-fired ovens, yogurt, butter, and various porridges for breakfast. Dinners might feature rice pilaf, meat stews, soups, and vegetables when available. One unique feature of Bulankul is the availability of fresh fish from the lake. The lake was stocked with gibel carp during the Soviet period, and these fish thrive in the cold water. During summer, when the lake thaws, locals catch carp that can weigh up to 1 kilogram and measure 32 centimeters in length. Many homestays fry fresh carp for their guests, creating memorable meals. Vegetarians should communicate their dietary requirements to drivers or hosts in advance, though options may be limited. The Pamiri diet relies heavily on dairy, bread, and meat, with fresh vegetables scarce in such remote areas. Bringing supplementary food items like energy bars, nuts, and instant soups proves wise for all travelers. Facilities in Bulankul homestays remain extremely basic by modern standards. The village has no running water, with families drawing water from wells or communal pumps. Hot water for washing, when available, comes from kettles heated on stoves. Expect cold water washing conditions. Toilets are outdoor pit latrines, often located some distance from the main house. These facilities can be challenging for those unaccustomed to them, particularly during cold nights. Toilet paper should be brought from larger towns, as it's not reliably available in remote villages. The village has almost no electricity. Some homestays possess car batteries charged by solar panels, providing minimal lighting for a few hours each evening. Travelers should bring headlamps or flashlights with extra batteries. Phone charging is limited and may require negotiating with hosts to use precious battery power. Internet and mobile phone coverage are essentially non-existent in Bulankul. The village sits in a deep valley surrounded by high mountains, far from any cell towers. Travelers should embrace this complete digital disconnection as part of the authentic Pamir experience, informing family and friends before departing that communication will be impossible for several days. What to pack for Bulankul? Packing appropriately for Bulankul and the broader Pamir Highway journey requires preparing for extreme conditions and limited access to supplies. The following items are essential for comfort and safety. Clothing and layering. The key to staying comfortable at high altitude lies in effective layering that can adapt to dramatic temperature swings throughout the day. Essential clothing items include base layers. Thermal underwear, both tops and bottoms, provides crucial warmth during cold mornings and evenings. Moisture-wicking properties help manage perspiration during active periods. Mid-layers, fleece jackets or sweaters offer insulation without excessive bulk. A lightweight down jacket or synthetic equivalent provides essential warmth for evenings and early mornings when temperatures plummet. Outer layers, a waterproof, windproof jacket is absolutely essential. Wind at high altitude cuts through inadequate clothing, and sudden weather changes can bring rain or snow. Quality waterproof pants also prove valuable. Lower body, convertible hiking pants that zip off into shorts offer versatility for changing conditions. Thermal leggings provide warmth during cold periods. Comfortable casual clothing works for relaxing in homestays during evenings. Footwear, sturdy, waterproof hiking boots are essential for any trekking around Bulankul or at other Pamir stops. The boots should be well broken in before the trip to prevent blisters. Comfortable walking shoes or sandals provide relief during homestay evenings and are useful for visiting hot springs. Warm socks, including wool or synthetic hiking socks, keep feet comfortable in cold conditions. Accessories, a warm hat covers ears during cold mornings. Sunglasses with high UV protection are absolutely crucial at altitude, where solar radiation is intense. A sun hat with a brim protects against sunburn. Gloves help during cold mornings and windy conditions. A neck gaiter or scarf provides additional protection. Sleeping in warmth. Even though homestays provide blankets, the cold at night can be severe. A warm sleeping bag rated for temperatures below freezing is highly recommended. Sleeping bag liners add warmth and provide a hygienic barrier. A small pillow or inflatable travel pillow improves comfort on thin mattresses. Personal hygiene and toiletries. Given limited washing facilities, travel-sized toiletries and wet wipes become essential. Hand sanitizer is crucial for maintaining hygiene when water is scarce. Women should bring adequate supplies of feminine hygiene products, as these are not reliably available in remote villages. Toilet paper must be carried in sufficient quantities. Biodegradable soap serves for both personal and clothing washing. First aid and medications. A comprehensive first aid kit tailored for remote travel is essential. This should include altitude sickness medication such as Diamox, acetazolamide, ideally obtained through a doctor's prescription before departure. Pain relievers including ibuprofen and paracetamol for headaches and muscle aches. Antidiarrheal medications such as Imodium, as gastrointestinal issues are common. Rehydration salts to combat dehydration and help with altitude adjustment. Antibiotic ointment and bandages for treating minor cuts and scrapes. Blister treatment supplies for hiking. Any personal prescription medications in adequate supply, with extras in case of delays. Antihistamines for allergies. Motion sickness medication for rough roads. Sun protection. The intense solar radiation at altitude makes comprehensive sun protection non-negotiable. High SPF sunscreen, 50+ recommended, should be applied liberally and reapplied frequently. Lip balm with SPF prevents painful chapped lips. Sunglasses must provide 100% UV protection, with wraparound styles offering the best coverage. Technology and power. Power banks with high capacity, 20,000 mAh or greater, enable phone and camera charging when electricity is unavailable. Bring all necessary charging cables and adapters. Tajikistan uses European-style 2-pin plugs, so appropriate adapters are necessary for travelers from other regions. Cameras and memory cards capture the incredible scenery. Extra batteries prove essential, as cold temperatures drain battery life quickly. A headlamp or flashlight with extra batteries provides necessary lighting during dark evenings in homestays. Navigation and information. Offline maps are absolutely essential, as internet connectivity is non-existent throughout most of the Pamir Highway. The Maps.me application offers excellent offline navigation for the region, with detailed trail information for hikes around Bulankul and other locations. Download all necessary maps before departing from Dushanbe or Osh. A good guidebook or printed information about the region adds valuable context. Consider bringing a basic phrasebook for Tajik and Russian, though drivers typically provide translation assistance. Food and hydration. While homestays provide meals, bringing supplementary snacks enhances comfort and provides insurance against limited food options. Energy bars, nuts, dried fruit, instant coffee or tea, and instant soup packets all prove valuable. Chocolate and hard candies boost morale during long, cold drives. A reusable water bottle with adequate capacity is essential. Consider bringing water purification tablets or a portable filter, though homestays typically provide safe boiled water for drinking. At high altitude, staying well hydrated is crucial for preventing altitude sickness and maintaining energy. Miscellaneous essentials. A small day pack for carrying items during hikes and explorations around Bulankul. Ziploc bags protect electronics and important documents from dust and moisture. Duct tape has endless uses for quick repairs. A Swiss Army knife or multi-tool proves invaluable. Earplugs help with sleep in shared accommodations. A small book or playing cards provide entertainment during long evenings without electricity or internet. Activities and experiences in Bulankul. Despite its small size and remote location, Bulankul offers several memorable experiences for visitors willing to embrace its harsh beauty. Exploring Bulankul Lake. The lake itself, though shallow with a maximum depth of only about 2 meters, creates a striking landscape feature. Dense aquatic vegetation covers much of its surface during summer, creating habitat for numerous bird species. Ducks, geese, and gulls can be observed gliding across the water or roosting along the shoreline. Walking along the lakeshore provides opportunities for photography, particularly during morning and evening when the light illuminates the surrounding snow-capped mountains. The minerals in the water and the vegetation create beautiful color variations. During late summer, the lake becomes a stopover for thousands of migrating birds heading south, creating spectacular birdwatching opportunities. The lake freezes completely during winter, with ice covering reaching up to 1 meter thick. Even during summer, traces of this extreme cold remain evident in the landscape, and the behavior of local people who know winter's fierce grip will return within months. Hiking to Yashilkul Lake. The larger and more dramatic Yashilkul Lake lies approximately 1.5 kilometers from Bulankul, accessible via a moderately challenging hike. Yashilkul means green lake in Turkic languages, named for the stunning emerald color of its waters. This lake formed hundreds of years ago when an earthquake triggered a massive landslide that dammed the Alachar River. The hike to Yashilkul typically takes about 3 hours round trip, though the high altitude makes even moderate exertion exhausting. The trail climbs over ridges that provide increasingly spectacular views of both Bulankul behind and Yashilkul ahead. Upon reaching the viewpoint overlooking Yashilkul, travelers are rewarded with vistas of turquoise water stretching for 22 kilometers. Surrounded by dramatic peaks and the vast expanse of the Pamir Plateau. Warning signs near Yashilkul indicate that special permits are required for trekking further into the surrounding mountains. The lake and its surrounding area form part of protected wilderness, home to rare wildlife including snow leopards, Marco Polo sheep, and ibex. While these animals are seldom seen, their presence adds to the wild character of the region. Summiting nearby peaks. More ambitious hikers can climb nearby peaks for extraordinary panoramic views. From the ridgelines around Bulankul, nearly 360-degree vistas encompass the entire valley, multiple lakes, distant mountain ranges, and the lunar-like landscape that characterizes the high Pamirs. These climbs require no technical mountaineering skills but demand good fitness, proper acclimatization, and preparation for altitude effects. The effort of reaching these summits, gasping for breath in the thin air, is rewarded by the knowledge of standing on one of Earth's remotest and most beautiful landscapes, far from roads, cities, and the modern world's noise. Cultural immersion and village life. Simply spending time in Bulankul village provides cultural insights unavailable anywhere else. Walking the dirt roads between simple houses, observing yaks grazing on sparse vegetation, watching children play simple games, and experiencing the harsh wind that constantly rattles loose metal and blows dust across the plateau all contribute to understanding what life means in this extreme environment. Locals are often curious about foreign visitors and may invite travelers into their homes for tea. These interactions, facilitated by drivers who translate, offer glimpses into the challenges and rewards of living in Central Asia's coldest settlement, where temperatures can drop to -63 degrees Celsius but where communities remain strong and resilient. The village contains a small school, a tiny shop with minimal supplies, and a basic medical station for emergencies. These facilities serve the 306 residents who choose to remain in this harsh place, maintaining traditions and ways of life that have persisted for generations despite extreme conditions. Stargazing. With zero light pollution and clear, dry air at high altitude, Bulankul offers exceptional stargazing opportunities. On clear nights, the Milky Way stretches across the sky in brilliant detail, with thousands of stars visible to the naked eye. The silence of the Pamir night, broken only by wind and distant animal sounds, creates a profound experience of connection to the natural world. Bringing a warm sleeping bag outside and lying beneath these incredible skies often becomes one of the most memorable experiences of the entire Pamir journey. The cold makes extended stargazing challenging, but even brief periods observing the heavens leave lasting impressions. Health and safety considerations. Traveling to Bulankul involves real risks that require careful management and respect for the extreme environment. Altitude sickness. At 3,740 meters above sea level, Bulankul sits at an altitude where acute mountain sickness can affect anyone, regardless of fitness level. Symptoms include headache, nausea, dizziness, fatigue, and difficulty sleeping. The best prevention involves gradual acclimatization, which the Dushanbe to Osh route facilitates by increasing elevation slowly over several days. Proper hydration is crucial. Drinking at least 3 to 4 liters of water daily helps the body adjust to altitude. Avoiding alcohol and getting adequate rest also support acclimatization. Medications like Diamox can prevent or reduce altitude sickness symptoms, though they should be obtained through a doctor before departure. If severe symptoms develop, including vomiting, confusion, loss of coordination, or inability to eat or drink, immediate descent to lower altitude is essential. High-altitude pulmonary edema and high-altitude cerebral edema are potentially fatal conditions requiring emergency evacuation. Travelers should never ignore serious altitude sickness symptoms or assume they will improve with time at high elevation. Food and water safety. Gastrointestinal issues affect many Pamir Highway travelers at some point. While homestay food is generally safe, the combination of different bacteria, sometimes questionable hygiene practices, and stress on the digestive system from altitude and cold can cause problems. Never drink tap water in Tajikistan. Homestays provide boiled water, which is generally safe, but some travelers prefer using water purification tablets or filters for added security. Wash hands thoroughly before every meal, using hand sanitizer when water is unavailable. Be cautious about raw vegetables, which may have been washed in questionable water. Bringing antidiarrheal medication and rehydration salts is essential, as access to pharmacies is non-existent in Bulankul. Most travelers experience at least minor digestive issues, and being prepared reduces both discomfort and potential danger. Cold weather risks. Even during summer, the cold at night in Bulankul can be severe. Hypothermia remains a real risk for travelers without adequate warm clothing and sleeping arrangements. Ensure homestay hosts provide sufficient blankets, and use personal sleeping bags for additional warmth. Watch for signs of hypothermia in yourself and fellow travelers, including uncontrollable shivering, confusion, slurred speech, and loss of coordination. Warm the affected person gradually with warm drinks, dry clothing, and shared body heat in severe cases. Injuries and medical care. The nearest medical facility with any capacity to handle serious injuries or illness lies hours away over rough roads. Bulankul has only a basic medical station suitable for minor issues. Travelers should carry comprehensive travel insurance that includes emergency medical evacuation coverage, as serious medical emergencies may require helicopter evacuation to Dushanbe or beyond. Be extremely cautious when hiking to avoid falls or twisted ankles, as even minor injuries become serious problems in such remote locations. Inform homestay hosts of hiking plans and expected return times. Practical considerations. Money and costs. The village of Bulankul operates entirely on cash, and even larger settlements along the Pamir Highway have no ATMs or card payment options. Travelers must bring sufficient cash in Tajik samani, the local currency, from Dushanbe, Korog, or Osh to cover their entire journey. Homestay accommodation and meals in Bulankul typically cost $10 to $15 per person per night. Drivers appreciate tips at journey's end, with 10 to 20% of the vehicle cost being reasonable. Having small denomination bills helps with purchases and tips. Some establishments accept US dollars or euros, but exchange rates are poor. Better to exchange sufficient samani in advance. In case of currency emergencies, drivers sometimes exchange money, but again at unfavorable rates. Environmental responsibility. Bulankul and the broader Pamir region face environmental pressures from increasing tourism. Travelers should practice leave no trace principles rigorously, pack out all trash, never leave waste in pit latrines. Minimize water usage, respect wildlife by maintaining distance, and never pick flowers or disturb vegetation in this fragile high-altitude environment. The Pamirs are often described as having lunar or Martian landscapes because vegetation is sparse and slow-growing at these elevations. Damage caused by careless behavior takes decades to heal. Photography ethics. While photographing the stunning landscapes is a primary motivation for many travelers, photographing local people requires sensitivity and respect. Always ask permission before photographing individuals, particularly women and children. Some people object to being photographed for religious or cultural reasons. Many locals appreciate small gifts or postcards from travelers' home countries in exchange for photographs. Never offer money for photography, as this creates harmful precedents and transactional relationships. The journey beyond Bulankul. Most travelers visit Bulankul as part of a broader Pamir Highway journey rather than as an isolated destination. Understanding what comes before and after enhances the overall experience. Route from Dushanbe. Travelers starting from Tajikistan's capital, Dushanbe, typically spend the first day driving through increasingly mountainous terrain, passing the massive Nurek Dam, and climbing through colorful gorges to reach Kale Kum. The second day continues along the dramatic Afghan border road to Korog, the capital of the GBAO region. From Korog, many travelers detour to visit the Wakhan Valley, a spectacular region where the road follows the Panj River. With Afghanistan's Hindu Kush Mountains rising dramatically across the water. After exploring the Wakhan Valley, the route crosses the Kargush Pass to reach the high Pamir Plateau, where Bulankul sits. Continuing to Murghab and Osh. After Bulankul, the journey continues through increasingly stark landscapes to Murghab, the largest settlement in the High Pamirs. This remote town serves as a supply stop and cultural crossroads where Kyrgyz nomadic traditions remain strong. Beyond Murgab lies Karakol Lake, a stunning meteorite impact crater lake with deep blue waters and dramatic mountain backdrops. Finally, the route climbs to Ak Pass, the highest point on the Pamir Highway at 4,655 meters, before descending toward the Kyrgyzstan border and eventually reaching Osh, completing an epic journey through some of Earth's most spectacular and challenging terrain. The essence of adventure. Bulankul represents adventure in its truest form. There are no restaurants to choose from, no hotels to compare, no entertainment options to consider. The experience is raw, authentic, and occasionally uncomfortable. Cold wind blows constantly, dust gets into everything, facilities are primitive, and creature comforts are minimal. Yet for travelers who embrace these challenges, Bulankul offers rewards that sanitized tourism cannot provide. Standing beside the frozen lake at dawn, watching the first light illuminate snow-covered peaks, breathing air so clean and thin it makes you lightheaded, experiencing the profound silence of a place far from roads and crowds, these moments create memories that last lifetimes. The village represents human resilience and adaptation, demonstrating that people can thrive even in environments that seem impossibly harsh. The locals' warmth and hospitality despite their difficult circumstances teaches profound lessons about what truly matters in life. For documentary travelers seeking to understand remote cultures, extreme environments, and the essence of adventure, Bulankul stands as an ultimate destination. It demands preparation, flexibility, and respect. It offers no guarantees of comfort or convenience. But it provides something increasingly rare in our connected, comfortable world, the chance to truly step off the map, to experience life stripped to its essentials, and to understand that the most meaningful journeys often lead to the most challenging destinations. The road to Bulankul is not easy. The conditions are harsh. The facilities are minimal. But for those willing to embrace the hardship, to accept the discomfort, and to open themselves to authentic experience, Bulankul offers a glimpse of something precious, a world still wild, still remote, still real in ways that most places have ceased to be. This is the heart of the Pamir Highway's appeal. This is what draws adventurers from around the world to cross one of Earth's most challenging roads. And this is what makes Bulankul, despite or perhaps because of its extremes, an unforgettable destination that embodies the spirit of true adventure travel. And that's our journey to Bulankul, a place where nature tests human limits and rewards courage with breathtaking beauty. From frozen lakes to star-filled skies, from warm homestay hospitality to the silence of high-altitude wilderness, Bulankul offers something our connected world rarely provides: authentic isolation and profound adventure. If this documentary inspired you to explore beyond comfort zones, hit that subscribe button and join World Travellingz for more incredible journeys. Remember, the greatest adventures lie where the roads end and courage begin. Until next time, keep exploring. This is Shibnath, signing off. Thanks for watching.